Hey, welcome back to Junkie Jim Live. Thank you so very much. Thank you, guys. Calm down. Now, our special guest today is a self-taught artist who is an explorer and creator of all styles and types of art. He began his career in cartooning and illustration before expanding his skill into photography, photo manipulation, painting, and most notably, body painting. Not only does he have a wide range of artistic interests, but he prides himself as being a hands-on, do-it-yourself type of artist. His main focus is to create stunning images while leaving his models and clients in awe of their collaborative work. And he's here today to share and show us some of the marvelous works he does. Please help me welcome body painter, photographer, illustrator, photo magician, and the founder of Heloz Creative Arts. Please help me welcome Hector Lopez. Come on out, Hector. Hello there, sir. Thank you for joining me. Have a seat.
Good. All right.
I like how tense you were coming out here, like I have a shark out here or something under my desk.
Tense guy.
You're a tense guy.
Sometimes.
Well, get untense. Get untense. So, Hector, you have a long career in art. Now, I know you proclaim, obviously, to be self-taught, but you had some training.
Well, I went to School of Visual Arts for about a year and a half.
Yes. So now you went to School of Visual Arts for cartooning.
Correct.
You were also introduced to sculpturing.
Yeah, it was pretty much an
Painting,
introductory.
Photography, yeah. So, well, tell us a little bit about that. Well, obviously, you were always a cartoonist.
Yeah, my younger years, I had the interest in being a comic book artist.
Yeah.
So I went to the School of Visual Arts to pursue that.
Yes.
And the first year or so is mostly introduction into all different mediums.
Yes, but now just even starting cartooning wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna just draw today. That was kind of a, as you would say, a sibling rivalry thing. You were kind of like pushed into it. Tell us about.
It was a challenge from my younger brother one day. He came home from school with some drawings that looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
And said to me, "You can't do this."
Yeah.
I was like, "Me not be able to do something you can do?"
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Pushes over the table. I can!
And then I just picked up a few books and started copying, and I just never stopped. He
Yeah.
did, I didn't.
How instrumental then was cartooning in helping you to understand the human body?
Very instrumental. I mean, I had to figure out proportions and where the muscles went,
Yeah.
you know, to make things look right. Otherwise, it all looks wonky and
Yeah.
nobody
Now
likes it.
was that all self-taught as well?
Yeah.
You kind of have like pick up books and
Pick up
figure out
books.
proportions and things like that.
Right. And just repetition, a lot of repetition.
Yes.
Trying to see what looks right to your eye.
Yeah. Now, aside from illustrating and painting, you at some point found the performing art of dancing.
I did.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that.
I took a few months of ballroom, and then after that evolved strictly, almost exclusively into salsa dancing.
Salsa dancing. So now you not only have you performed, you've taught.
I used to teach. I used
And you've
to perform.
competed.
A few times, not
Yes.
not often, but I did have a few competitions.
Yeah.
I did place in a couple.
Yeah, so now when you think about the solo act of cartooning, drawing, and whatever you do at home, obviously dancing is more a collaborative thing to do. Was that a challenge for you?
No, actually, I mean, I didn't find it challenging like in a negative way.
Yes.
It was, you know, all new forms of art are a challenge.
Yes.
But I didn't find stress from it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Did it help at all? I mean, you're coming out of your own
It did, you know.
solo zone.
Yeah, you know, cartooning and that type of art, you tend to stick into your little corner by yourself,
Yeah.
and I wasn't very social at that time.
Yeah.
Dancing
Was very helpful then.
dancing was very helpful for my social life, yes.
Okay, so now we talk about, obviously, dancing as a performing arts. But obviously, just like drawing, it helps you understand body movement.
Yep, yes it does. With what I do now with the photography stuff, it helps me better understand how to tell a model how to pose.
Yes.
You know, how to stretch a line or place a foot for a more pleasing image.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of skills you also have attained in dancing.
Yeah.
So you took some time away from painting.
I took a good number of years away from my that type of art. Yeah.
Yes. So, but now eventually you did find it again, right? And your first, I guess, foray back into picking up the brush, you had a friend ask you if you could do a nude painting of her. Yeah. What a lucky guy, this guy.
It was actually someone I had previously dated.
Oh, okay.
And she...
You were not dating anymore.
We were no
by this
longer
point.
dating, but
okay.
she had expressed before we stopped dating an interest in doing nude portraits. And one day she just said, "Hey, I want to give this a go." And I painted her. And once other people found out I did this painting, they wanted to get their own paintings done. And it kind of steamrolled. I did a few of those.
So it kind of thrust you back into
it kind of
painting,
put me right back into
kind
my
of into
art
visual
world,
arts. Okay, so now let's talk about body painting. Specifically, you know, when you think of body painting, it could seem provocative, right? A provocative art. It's the skin is the actual canvas, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Now you were first inspired because Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition did a few magazine covers where the bikinis were body painted on them.
Right.
Did you have a specific cover that you like?
No, I mean, it wasn't so much that I was focused on those magazines.
Yes.
I'd seen news reports about it. And I was actually kind of fascinated in the fact that they really looked like bikinis.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But when I saw those, I was a young teenage boy.
Yes.
It's not something I thought I could get into. Like, it just didn't seem plausible at the time.
What made you start this craft then? I mean, you said you were a young boy at the time when you first seen it and you first heard about it. How did you get into it?
It was actually the same person.
Yeah.
The same person who asked me to paint her in a acrylic painting.
Right.
Said, you know what? I want to try body painting.
Body painting.
Now she kind of chickened out.
Oh.
Okay. But someone else I had been dating, also no longer with, but I had previously been dating.
Yes.
Said she would give it a go because my interest was piqued. I thought about it. I went to the local Halloween store and asked them about body paint and, you know, tried to find it was a bit of an exploration.
Yes.
Trying to find the right materials. At the time, you can find it more now, but at the time it was a little bit more complex.
It wasn't as available as it is now.
The information on it.
The market, I guess, wasn't as big.
The information on it wasn't as readily available, even online.
All right, so now you do incredible body painting work. Now I specifically have some photos to share with our audience here. Now this piece you called, it's a dragon armor. This is a great model, by the way. Now how long does a piece like this take you to do? Obviously, it's a piece of art.
Right. I have a general time frame for pretty much everything I do.
Yeah.
It's about between 4 to 5 hours. When it's a larger piece, I don't have to be as in depth with the minor details. So I can do broader, larger information pieces. Whereas where it's smaller, I go more in detail. And,
Yeah, because this is obviously,
this is a larger piece.
Her whole body is the canvas. And now this one is called Baby in Time.
Yes.
An Expected Mother.
Yep.
That's kind of fun. I feel like you should just go into your baby shower painted like this. Now, what happened here? How did you specifically ask for an expectant mother to do a project on?
I actually got on Facebook and I said, I need someone who's about to have a baby because I have an idea. And this is mostly how most of my stuff happens.
Yeah.
I have an idea and I make a call out, listen, I need a model.
Yeah.
Who wants to volunteer for this concept?
Yeah. Any takers? So now, is it a misconception that body painting is just for women? You've done men too, right?
I've painted men. Body painting in general, body painting and face painting, because it's two different crafts that align themselves, is mostly female dominated.
Yes.
especially as models, you have more women who request it or ask you to be painted.
Yes.
But there are guys out there who want to get painted.
Yeah.
There's just not as many, and we don't discriminate.
Yes.
If the idea is there, we give it to whoever needs it.
Male or female, large or small, you've worked on many projects since.
Yeah.
Has there ever been like a project that you worked on and for whatever reason you just had to discard? Maybe it just wasn't working out?
That happens not often, but it does happen. There's sometimes where sometimes you bite off more than you can chew, or the vision wasn't as clearly there.
Yeah.
And as it's on a person, it's very difficult to start over after you spent 2 hours and it's just not working.
And that's it. And that, are you done with it then, or do you come back and revisit it?
It depends. Most models are cool with the idea of coming back for it.
Yeah.
I haven't had really anyone say like, "Ugh, I'm not working with you." It's
How
understandable.
dare you? You didn't finish my tits. Yeah.
It's art, like, and most people who come know that, you're not always going to have a great day.
Yeah. So now one of your biggest supporters in your endeavors is your mother, right? But
Absolutely.
she's also your most honest critic. What does she think about, you painting boobs and junk?
She loves it.
Yeah.
She actually, I was surprised by that actually when I first started putting it out there. My mom doesn't shy away from it. She shows her friends. And my father's also a big supporter.
Yeah.
And both of them have copies of my entire collection. My father's a big advocate of posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
And like, check out my son's work.
So, Hector, hang out, because we are going to take a quick break, right?
Okay.
All right, guys, so hang out. We're going to come back more with Hector Lopez. Thank you, guys. This is Junket Jam Live. Welcome back to Junket Jam Live, everyone. Thank you. I am here sitting with the very talented body painter, photographer, illustrator, and photo editor, Mr. Hector Lopez. Hello, Hector.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. So now, even before body painting, because we talked obviously a lot about that, you discovered a love for photography.
Yes.
You have family members who are photographers, right?
I do, yes. I have 2 uncles.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2 uncles who were professionally in the business for a while.
Yeah.
Photo editing.
Were they thrilled that you picked up the art as well?
I think they're very happy and proud of what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we call what you do photo magic, which we're going to look into. But for what you do as a photo manipulator, you combine your body painting work with your photography work, with your Photoshop work, right?
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that process.
So each picture is going to be different depending on what the concept is.
Yes.
Some are going to have more manipulations to it. I do have one rule when I manipulate something that involves body painting, is I do not redo the paint.
Right.
I try to keep the integrity of what I've painted to where it's, to what it was as I painted it.
Yes.
And then I will manipulate everything around
it. This one is entitled Mother of Dragons, obviously inspired by Game of Thrones. And now this is a body painting. Obviously you body painted her.
Correct.
Now how do you start off? Do you have an idea of the set and then you bring in the model, or?
A really rough idea of what the set is going to look like.
Right. So then the telling of the story then always begins with the body painting.
It begins with the body painting.
Right.
Right.
Okay. This next one, obviously, it's a timely one. Captain Marvel.
Yes. Captain Marvel coming out next year.
Yes, that's right. And the trailers are already out. This looks great. I love this. Is that you, by the way, in the moon up there? Whose planet is it?
That is, that was a little nerdy reference. That is my face. That
is your face.
That's supposed to be Ego, the living planet in the background.
Okay. Something I don't get, but yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy reference.
Okay. So now it's one thing to paint your model and one thing to paint their body.
Right.
Right? Is it a different thing? Do you have to ask them, are they comfortable with also being photographed?
No. It's pretty much understood that if you're getting body paint, the purpose is for the photography.
Photograph. That's the end
All
result.
my body paint is with the end result of having that final image through photography.
And they understand that before coming in.
Yes.
Now,
that's the reason they pretty much ask me.
Is there something that you do to ensure that your model is as comfortable as possible when they arrive to your studio?
I don't do anything, like I don't have any rituals to bring them comfort. Comfort is important to me, and I just converse with them. I give them the time. Especially if they're new, I deal with a lot of people who are new, who've never modeled before. And I just give them the time to get comfortable. We talk for a while and.
Right. Now, obviously, we're in the midst of a big movement, right? The Me Too movement. Is this something that you set up even before meeting, right? Before meeting to body paint, do you meet with them for a cup of coffee?
Not always, no. Some people do request that. I get a lot of people who model for me organically. Yeah.
Because obviously they've seen the work that you've already done.
And I will already have met them.
At some point, you didn't really have a portfolio to show new models.
Right. That was beginning stages.
So they were just going off your word. Like, this is what it's going to look like.
Right. Fortunately, the first few times, I also had some friends who were very open about their bodies. Yeah. And
so you had some volunteers?
I did have a few volunteers. It was slow going. There weren't that many in the beginning.
So now, Heloz Creative, am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Heloz?
Heloz.
Oh, Heloz. Heloz.
It's basically a breakdown of my name.
Yes, Hector Lopez.
Right.
So now, Heloz Creative Arts. What led you to this decision to actually start branding your work?
Mostly because if you Google Hector Lopez, artist, any type of artist, you're going to get a million hits. Yeah. So it was a way to stand out amongst a sea of a common name online. I don't go by that name like if we're having a conversation, but if you are looking for me online, it is my online presence. Yes. This is how you find me.
Is there a specific reason that you decided mainly to just use your body painting for your creative works instead of just for the sake of making somebody's fantasy reality?
If I just took every job that came to me, I'd be doing 5,000 mystiques. Yeah. And I'd get bored pretty fast.
I want to be all blue. Yeah. Nobody ever wants to be a Smurfette. Why is that?
No.
So, well, you are also a good friend. I want to show the audience because as a photographer, you did the lovely favor of taking me and my husband's wedding photos.
I did.
Yeah, and you did the same thing. So you not only gave us photographs, but you did also do some photo magic.
Yes.
And made us look nice and shiny and special. So thank you for that. You know, models are great. We love models. But women who have lived in a White House, I think, are more interesting, right, guys? Wouldn't you think? Women who have lived in the White House?
In the White House, sure.
Yeah. So now, in thinking about the women who have once lived in the White House, we have put your body paint on famous first ladies. And we're going to have a look at that right now, yes?
Okay.
Is that cool?
I'm curious.
So now these are some of the photos we have already seen earlier. So this is Mother of Dragons, right? And the first lady wearing this is Jackie O. Isn't that?
Okay.
And now this one is the baby in time.
Okay.
And our model for this one, Hillary. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. I just had to make her literally into a bobblehead.
At least their hair matches.
Now this is your dragon. And then this one is modeled by the lovely Michelle Obama, who looks like she's jackhammering now, right? Yes. And now,
as you see, it's dragon's face.
Yeah. Oh well, now I can see it. That's the eyes, or her tits. Okay. Captain Marvel, right? And of course, we couldn't go anywhere without giving it to Melania. Look at that. Yay. Now, for those interested in finding your work and anything about you, it's Heloz. Heloz. CreativeArts.com. We could also find you on Instagram.
Instagram, same.
Heloz. _creative_arts.
Right.
So guys, hang out. We have more with body painter over here and photographer and photo manipulator, Hector Lopez. We are going to look at Heloz Creative Arts. Stick around.